Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to In Bed with Aaron and Helen. Welcome to our pod room. Where we're gonna be talking.
This isn't a pod room.
Yes, this is a pod room. What are you talking about? This is our podcast. In our bedroom, it's a pod room. So we're gonna be talking about our favorite topics, which are fighting, relationships, or friends and family, and obviously, best of all, food. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot, but I can't remember any names, so Aaron will tell you more about it.
Yeah. The email is ibahpod@gmail.com. If you're interested in any of the stuff we talk about, you can get us there, and also on Facebook at In Bed with Aaron and Ellen. We're going to get our Instagram and Twitter and everything sorted out soon, but because this is the first one, got those two ready in case you have any questions.
So originally Aaron is the one that had the idea around this podcast, and I reckoned that because he likes speaking so much, I would give him an outlet and do it online, and he could speak to you guys, and it would mean that he wouldn't have to bubble around so much around my ears. So hopefully that will help me out as well. Plus, then he told me that we could make loads of cash out around that. So, obviously, my Asian side was like, money! Yes, please.
I think you've already spoken more, though, in the space of these first 2 minutes of the podcast.
That was my brief, okay? You said speak, so I speak. Yeah. So I think the first part is about introducing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And also how we met. And where we're from and whatnot.
Because I'm sitting up and you're laying down, it's like some kind of weird therapy session. Like you're laying there talking about your feelings. I'm sitting here and then thinking about what else we can say and talk about.
Well, that would be a change, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Because obviously, like, for those of you that don't know us...
I'm the man in this couple.
Well, no, I don't say she's the man, but she's not a talker.
I'm the man. He talks about his feelings, and I don't want to listen to him. I'm the man.
So first, probably let's start with fighting would be a good place to start, because that's actually where we met.
Yeah.
We train at a mixed martial arts gym in East London, and we met in I think it was a Muay Thai class, or was it an MMA class?
Oh, I think I was just walking around in the gym, and he just spotted my good beauty. And, I wasn't even training with him. I think he just saw me and he was like...
I offered you food.
He was like, Uba.
The first thing I did was offer you food.
Yeah.
And it's weird, because, like, if you offer people food in the gym, if it's a guy, typically they're going to say, oh, yeah, cheers, thanks. But, like, girls almost exclusively will say no, they turn it down. But I don't think I got all the words out of my mouth when you were taking it out of my hand. I think it was like a protein bar or some cereal bar or something like that.
No, it was some nuts.
It was just some nuts. What, in a bag?
Yes.
Oh.
But I was hungry, so...
That's true. I don't know if you're ever not hungry.
Yeah.
I think the only time you're not thinking about food is directly after you've finished your food.
And even so, after I finish my food, I'm thinking about dessert, so...
That's true.
Anyway, so I started training martial arts about 4 or 5 years ago. I started with MMA. Mainly because I needed to take all the aggression out of my system.
Which is a surprising amount, by the way.
I have always been told... I'm talking here. I've always been told that I was a bit aggressive in my way of doing things, and so I thought.
But who was saying that you were aggressive? Because you keep saying that you have this aggression, and I never asked you actually.
My friends actually.
But what was an aggressive example? Like, what would you do?
Some silly things where they would like hand me papers, and instead of like nicely taking it away, I would go like snatch it from their hands, even though they were just handing it to
you're
me.
a snatcher.
No, it's just
That's so rude.
it's just an excess of energy. That's how I call it.
An excess of energy.
So yeah, I had to take out this excess of energy somewhere, and I did during my university time. I started something in France that was called Free Fight, which was a very like low level of MMA, but that's where I was introduced to grappling and to, I think now I realize, to some kind of jiu-jitsu, although the level was really not good. But even so, that's where I learned rear naked choke for the first time, and I was really liking it.
You like choking people. That
Yes,
was the first
I
your
loved it.
introduction.
So that's how, when I was looking for some kind of sporty activity, I looked for MMA and for Free Fight or whatever, and that's where I found our gym. And going there on our first session, I fell in love with it. So yeah, 4 years in, started with MMA, and 3 years or 4 years ago, I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to improve my MMA. And I actually got stuck in it and fell in love with it.
It's addictive.
Yeah, kind of like been obsessed with it since I started, because you're never good enough. You realize that there's always something to learn.
It's the most frustrating part of it, is that you're never good enough.
Yeah, it's kind of a love and hate situation.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's
it?
like I always said, it's like an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
Like, it just beats you up and you keep coming back for more.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's amazing. It's like, if I hadn't really committed to learning martial arts, I probably wouldn't have met you. And if I hadn't committed to doing martial arts, I wouldn't have made... I would have a sad life, it's true. I'd be a heck of a lot fatter than I am. It mitigates that with all the calories I'm burning.
Yeah, it's true. I think both of us would be obese if we weren't training that much.
I wonder if subconsciously that's like why we train. Like, we know that we can only eat as much as we want to eat because we train. I excuse it as well. If I've had a really good week training, I'll go, yeah, I could have pasta 3 nights in a row, no problem. Which is, I think I've had pasta 3 days in a row this week.
Yeah. So that's what happens. We're really good during the week, and then we're supposedly having cheat days. Well, cheat meals, usually.
We're supposed to have cheat meals.
Yeah, but then it becomes cheat weekends, and actually our weekend starts on Friday night, so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that our weekend obliterates all the hard work that is done in the week.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's a good balance, I think. So yeah, anyway, you started way longer than that.
Yeah, I've been doing martial arts since I was 11 years old, but then I had a kind of a break, because I started off doing, like, kung fu. I was this chubby kid, like, I couldn't run around the room without feeling like I was going to be sick. And I used to have this Russian teacher called Daniel, and he used to have all these mantras like, cold food bad, hot food good, and stuff like that. And then he would sit there while you were training, and he was like a stick. This guy was really skinny, and he would sit there while you were training and then pull out like a giant slice of chocolate cake and just munch it, like in the middle of a training session. Like, and he'd be like, "Oh, I didn't eat enough today." And but back then I didn't really know anything about martial arts. I just kind of thought like, Daniel is so cool, because I see him doing like kicks, and he used to get this fucking stupid sticks and swords out and swing them about, and I used to really idolize the guy. Now I realise might have been full of shit. But
good enough for a beginner's class, I think.
Yeah, but it was really... It was good for beginners, and it definitely got me out of the habit of not doing anything, because I used to get like fake sick notes and everything to avoid PE during school. Like, PE would come around on a Tuesday afternoon, and it would be a double class, 2 hours. So I would just like write a fake sick note and forge my mum's signature and say, like, oh, yeah, I can't come, I'm sick, and things like that.
Oh, wow. If your mum hears this podcast, she'll be heartbroken.
She'll be so disappointed. Yeah, well, it was a wonder why I wasn't just, like, increasing in size and, and you know. But, yeah, so I started training there, and I couldn't...
That's another thing we have in common, actually. We both started with Kung Fu.
Did you do Kung Fu as well?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did do Kung Fu.
15 to 17. That was just awful.
Yeah, but all the kids in your family do Kung Fu.
Yeah, now, yeah, they do, but... And it's a sport like any other, isn't it? Like, it keeps them moving and stuff, so it's not a bad thing in itself. Yeah. It's just that as a fighting sport, it's not really... It's more like a dance type of thing, like all this choreography that they're doing. It's pretty cool.
It's good for fitness, I guess.
It's good for hand-eye coordinations as well. It's,
confidence.
Mm-hmm.
All that kind of stuff.
But
not that Atan needs any more confidence. That kid is always running around, throwing kicks.
Yeah.
He's really energetic.
So that is another thing we have in common, the Kung Fu, and also the fact that we were both fat as kids.
Yeah, we were pretty big. You weren't so big.
I was fat.
You had a
Listen, from a Chinese family perspective,
yeah,
from a Chinese family's perspective, I was obese. So.
And they let you know.
Yeah, and that's the difference between you and me. I think my parents would tell me if I would put on like 1 kilo, they would call me fat every 2 minutes, while your mum would tell you that she loves you and you're the most beautiful thing she's ever seen.
That's true. My parents loved the shit out of me. I swear, like, I could do whatever and say whatever and live in whatever way, and they would just say, like, as long as you're happy, I love you so much. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But now, like, looking at your family, look at the comparison of the two. I don't know if that was the most the wisest parenting move, because I grew up thinking with this crazy like self-belief that I could do anything and be anything, and then realism kicks in when you become an adult. You go, okay, I can't do anything. I could do some things better than other people, and other people can do things better than me, but I had this crazy thing when I was a kid, like that almost I didn't even need to try hard because I just was naturally gifted and wonderful because my parents told me I was all the time.
That's
whereas
good,
you
though.
grinded through and
well, no, the thing
success.
is, like, I think it's finding the right balance between the two, because in Asian family in general, you're never good enough, and that's what pushes you to be the best, and that's why you always see like really good like Asian kids in mathematics or whatever, because you come home with like an A, and your parents would tell you, what? Why did you not get A+?
That's so harsh. You saying that you were never good enough, like the word stupid or the word idiot was banned in my house growing up. Like, you couldn't call someone an insult, which meant that they were less. So my parents didn't want me and my brother, like, they had this obsession of like we have to be equal on everything. So I would get a present on his birthday, a small one, and he would get like 3, 4, 5 presents, but I would get one and he would get one on my birthday. And if we got something that was out of birthdays or Christmases, and sometimes even on Christmases, and we got the same gift, and it would just be a different colour.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but we were happy with it, because like, if he got it, I wanted it, and if I got it, he wanted it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And somehow I still got it in my head that he was the favourite. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't think it is, like, my parents never called us stupid. They were just saying that we were not good enough.
That's so rude.
Now you know
so
where my
rude.
rudeness comes from. But I think it's good to some extent, because we're always striving for perfection. That's why, the work ethic is so important for me, and most of my family are really hard workers. So,
yeah.
Somehow it's a good thing. I guess it's finding the right balance, that actually it is not just pragmatism, and it's not just being perfect in everything. Like, there is a space for creativity, there is a space for self-fulfillment that we need to teach the next generation.
It wasn't something that was really pushed in you, was the creative side, and it was really pushed in me because my mum is an artist by like study and everything like that, and my dad is to a degree, he's a musician. He can play the guitar and everything like that quite well, and they always pushed me towards that, and I used to think that I wanted to do it, because that's what they wanted me to do. But as I started studying art and design and everything like that, I really didn't enjoy it very much. I much prefer physical stuff, which is ironic because I tried to dodge it so much. But when I met you, you didn't really do many creative things. And since I've met you, you've really developed that side of your personality, because you're more of a destructive personality.
Excuse me?
rather than a creative personality.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you're all about smash and crash.
No.
But now you've got all your nail painting gear and all these kind of things.
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to do it on fight weeks, so it's not helping.
Why are you allowed to do it on fight week?
Because it it fucks with my juju, with my fighting juju.
You're fighting juju. Do you mean like mentally?
Yeah, like I don't feel like a fighter if I have my nails painted. Got to be the man in it.
I remember when you first told me that you did salsa dancing, and I was like, oh, okay, and I didn't know anything about salsa. And you said, I can't do salsa after a jiu-jitsu class. And I said, why? And you said, because I can't let a man lead me after jiu-jitsu class.
It's true. Like
yeah, but that sounded so extreme.
Well, that's the thing. It's two completely different mentalities. When you're fighting, you're the one in charge. You're the one like making the move. You're the one in taking the decisions as to what to do next, where to go next. While the whole thing about Latin dance is really macho. Like, I don't know what's the word,
macho?
Macho?
Yeah, you can say macho.
And like that, you've seen it by learning the very first moves. The guy leads everything. He's the one deciding what moves to do next, and the woman just follows. And that's why it's so much easier for a girl to learn how to dance salsa and any kind of because you just have to follow. You just need to you need to know what's coming next, and like you need to be able to follow the right steps and do the right thing. But you don't have to think that much when you're dancing because you're not the one deciding what's going on. So you have to be able to relax and let yourself being led, and that's not something I'm really good at. So
yeah,
but that's already a step up versus.
I remember one of my friends said that when we went to the party recently, and I got there late, and they said that they danced salsa with you, but they were the man and you were the woman, but you were still leading.
So yeah, where were we at? So that's about us and where we started. Because we need to get that on track, innit?
Yeah, just reining it in.
Yeah. Us, jiu-jitsu, like, did we introduce jiu-jitsu? It's one of our favorites.
Jiu-jitsu is probably the main thing. So Brazilian jiu-jitsu is our main sport. Like, I was talking about where I started, and then we went on some crazy tangent.
See, that's what I'm saying when he's talking a lot. Anyway.
What do you mean?
So yeah, you started with Kung Fu.
I started with Kung Fu, and I stopped after I did it for like 2 years, and I got my red sash. I thought I was Bruce. Don't laugh at that.
Oh, the red sash.
Yeah, I got my red sash. I had the Kung Fu trousers, like that you had to train in, like the proper.
Were they silky?
No, they were very cottony, but the sash was
silky.
Well, we still have the sash. And then I stopped from like age 12 till age 17. I didn't do any martial arts or anything. And actually, I started got about 16, 17, and I started to like party a lot. So like from 16, I was like drinking.
That's because that's when he was not fat no more.
Yeah, I lost loads of weight. Yeah, and I was drinking loads, and I used to smoke, among all kinds of other activities. But yeah, it was really bad. I was really unhealthy. But I used to spend a lot of time with one particular friend, and we always used to end up getting really drunk and then watching fights online, because it's like, I think maybe it's just like a young guy thing. So I was 17 by this time, and I'd been kind of 15, 16, 17. I'd started like picking up this whole party vibe. 3 years. 3 years, yeah.
Good math, baby.
Listen, I'm just painting a picture.
Okay.
All right. And we started watching fights, and I used to watch loads of street fights, like Kimbo Slice fights. So, for those of you who are familiar with Kimbo Slice, everyone will know who that is. But he's just this giant black dude who has a massive beard and looks like he eats people for a living. And when he fights, he'll beat the crap out of someone, bare knuckle, and then scream at the camera, "This is how I eat! This is how I eat!" And you fucking believe him as well. He's crazy. He's from Miami. But like, me being skinny little teenage white boy, I was looking at this guy like he was God. I was like, oh my God, no one could ever beat Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice is like the most amazing fighter the world has ever seen. I didn't even know what MMA was at this point, or martial arts in general. And I watched one of his clips where it said Kimbo Slice fights MMA fighter, and I can't remember the guy's name. It's pretty easy to find. It's a street fight where he fights an ex-policeman or something like that who's an MMA fighter, and it's a sloppy bloodbath. It's a crap fight. Back then, though, I thought it was amazing, but Kimbo gets beat the fuck out of really badly, and there's no ref really doing anything, so he gets knocked out about like 30 times in the course of the fight. Gets up, finishes off, and I'm like, MMA fighter? What the fuck is MMA? If MMA can beat Kimbo, that must be the real shit. So then I discovered Pride Fighting Championships, the UFC, everything, and they never used to really monitor it as much on YouTube, so I was able to just watch hundreds and hundreds of free fights. It started occupying all of my free time, hanging out with my mate, watching fights and thinking, this is amazing. And I didn't understand the ground game at all. I saw them fall on the floor and I was like, this is ridiculous, just stand up and start punching each other. So by this time I was working in a pub and living with a friend of mine, and I said to him, like, oh, have you seen this MMA stuff? And he said no. I showed it to him, and I said, oh, the stand-up bit is called Muay Thai. And he goes, oh, Muay Thai. Yeah, I know Muay Thai. That's like Ong Bak. And I was like, what? Ong Bak? What's Ong Bak? And he goes, it's a Muay Thai movie. I was like, shit, I need to go and watch this. So I watched Ong Bak, and I think the day after I looked online and found a school that taught Muay Thai near my area.
Oh wait, I have a funny story about Ong Bak.
Yeah?
It's like when I was having interviews to get into uni, into any kind of uni schools, I went into one interview and the guy was like, what is the best movie you've ever watched? I was like 19 or 20.
You're 19 or 20?
Yeah, I can't remember how old I was. Probably 19. So what's the best movie you ever watched? And I remember I was like, oh gosh, the last movie I've watched was Ong Bak. And I was like, man, don't say Ong Bak, don't say Ong Bak, don't say Ong Bak. And surely enough, I was like, Ong Bak. And he was like, you could see on the guy's face, like, oh, what?
What were you interviewing for again? A
business
school?
To get into uni. No, it was not even a business because it was like university. Yeah. But it was like one of the last years, so it's one of the most difficult one, and like the defining one. Like it was a master's degree or something.
I wonder if that was a trick question, like they wanted to know about you, or they just genuinely wanted to know about what movie you saw.
I don't know. I think it was more like trying to judge. I don't know what it was, but it was like, the thing is, I already got accepted into the best school, and I still went there just like to see and just as an experience in terms of having an interview. But man, that I'm pretty sure that Ong Bak like killed my shit. I was doing really well before that, and he was like asking me why, and I was like, try to like
just bullshit.
Yeah, I tried to.
Did you even remember the storyline?
Yeah, I just said, because like there's not. They did this massive thing with very little budget, blah blah, and.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I know, but it was still a bullshit.
Ong Bak is a really easy storyline.
Yeah, there's no storyline. It's like, it was amazing fights. That's it.
But did you see Warrior King as well?
Is that the next one?
Yeah, it's not a sequel. It's just another movie exactly like Ong Bak, but just like a bit bigger.
No.
So in Ong Bak, the whole premise is the bad guys come and they steal Buddha's head.
Buddha's head, yeah.
And he's like running around going, "Give me back Buddha's head!" and then fucking guys up. In the second movie, in Warrior King, he's an elephant herder.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And they steal his
took
baby
the baby
elephant called
yeah.
Corn. Corn with a K, and they go, and he runs around from place to place going, "Give me my elephant!" and then fucking guys up. That's the whole concept of the films.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my story about Ong Bak.
About Ong Bak. That's all I have to say.
That's all I have to say. Go back to your story.
So
yeah, you saw Ong Bak.
I saw Ong Bak, and I was like, Muay Thai is the shit. I need to do this. And I found a school, and I found a really old school trainer, and he taught everything the Thai way. And I walked into the class and I said, I want to fight Muay Thai. And he said, oh, well, you have to train. And I was like, okay. And I came to every single class for 6 months. And then I had my first fight. And it was just like, it was an interclub, but just wearing shin pads and boxing gloves, because interclubs, they normally make you wear headgear and body armor and all this kind of shit.
Really?
Yeah, back then, like a few of the interclubs would be really hot on it, and they don't let things go. So if you start going a bit too hard, the referee will break things up.
Yeah, that I've seen.
This gym did not give a fuck. They just were like, go for it. Because the headguard wouldn't really fit on me. It was like too small. So I said, I'm not going to wear the headguard. And then the opponent said, like, I won't wear mine either. And we fought, and I knocked him out in the last round, in the last like couple of seconds of the last round. Yeah, with a knee. He wasn't like out cold unconscious, but it was like a knee, and he fell down, and he was kind of
wobbly.
A bit wobbly, yeah. And then the round ended, and I won. And I was addicted. That feeling of winning is insane.
It's very addictive, yeah.
Winning, yeah, it's crazy. And then within a month or so after that, I went to Thailand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I went straight to Thailand.
So not like within a year of training.
Yep.
Wow.
I
didn't know you went so quick. Was it the first time you went? Was it when you turned 18?
Yeah.
That birthday.
Had my 18th birthday in Thailand. It's crazy. It's not the best place to send an 18-year-old, to be honest.
It was still a good experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I just spent the whole time convincing my mum.
So Muay Thai, you've been doing that for
almost
then
10
how
years.
long? 10 years?
Almost 10 years overall.
And then started jiu-jitsu.
Probably started doing jiu-jitsu by itself before you, but I've taken 2 years off at 2 different times because I had 2 knee injuries. Well, I had the same knee injury that just got aggravated twice. So I trained solidly for a year, and I got my blue belt after a year, and then I tore all the ligaments in my knee. So I took a year off, but I didn't get surgery or rehab or anything. And then it kind of felt okay, and I went back to training. Trained it for another 2 years, and then I tore it really badly again while I knew you. And then I...
That's when you had your surgery.
Surgery, yeah, ACL reconstruction and everything. And then I took another year off, more or less, and then came back to it again. So I'd say, like, I've probably been doing jiu-jitsu solidly for a similar amount of time as you, even though technically I've been doing it longer, but
4 years then.
It's more your sport than mine, for sure.
Well, yeah, because you've got something else on the side. Plus you're doing jiu-jitsu so you can improve your ground game for MMA.
For MMA,
well, that's exactly how I started, but now I've got stuck to
jiu-jitsu.
Stuck to jiu-jitsu.
Do you think you would ever do an MMA fight just for the feeling?
I don't think so.
You want to keep your face pretty.
Yeah, I want to keep it as it is. Plus, I think there are so many talented people out there that have the talent and have the will. And I think, because I don't really want to get anywhere with
No,
this.
you don't. That's
so
true.
it would be just stupid to do it just to try out. I have nothing to prove myself, and not in that area. If I want to see how I fare, I'm always able to spar with very high up people in that industry that come and train with us.
That's true. So you can test yourself in that way.
Yeah, I don't really need to. But who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind next year and stuff.
That's true.
Or even this year.
Or even this year.
Yeah. So that's for our passion for martial arts.
And pretty much everything else that we're interested in so revolves around that at the moment.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that and food. But we can come back to food a bit later on.
I mean, we touched a little bit on our backgrounds.
Yeah. So maybe tell a bit more about your family.
Oh, man, yeah.
Where you're from and whatnot.
Well, I was born in London, but my mum is Mexican-American. But she doesn't speak any Spanish. Like, she has 100% Mexican dad that she pronounces cheese.
No, don't say that story. Imagine she hears it. It will break her heart.
No, but we said it to her face.
Well, you said it to her face.
Yeah. No,
okay,
she won't.
Whatever.
I doubt she'll listen to this. She doesn't have the patience, I don't think. But, yeah, she pronounces cheese as queso. She doesn't even have pronunciation for it. But ironically, she can speak Swedish. Well, not ironic. That's not ironic at all. It was a completely wrong word.
All right. Alanis Morissette.
Alanis Morissette. Yeah, she doesn't speak a lick of Spanish. She speaks Swedish and everything like that. But she moved to Sweden and other parts of Europe for the church, because she is super religious. She's very, very, very much a believer. I, for all intents and purposes, would identify myself as an atheist, I guess. Like, I don't believe in anything like that. But I really used to. Like, my parents had me go into, like, youth groups and Bible camp and all this kind of stuff. And I was 100% involved. Believed it. I used to pray for my friends. I used to tell them I was going to pray for them. One of my closest friends, you know who I'm talking about, but I used to tell him I was praying for him and talk to him about God and stuff like that. And he's been an atheist since the day he was born, and he never once told me that I'm being crazy or stupid or anything like that. And then when I stopped kind of believing, and then I asked him, like, dude, did you think I was crazy saying all this kind of stuff to you? And he goes, I just thought maybe you knew something I didn't. That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
That's a good friend. That's a good friend. Friend. But yeah, my dad is the same. My parents are split when I was 13, right by the time I broke up with Kung Fu.
So he's the same in the sense that he's religious.
Yeah, they're both really religious, but they just raised me with that whole super loving support and care.
But he's British.
He's British as he gets. Yeah, all the British cliches. That's him. But and I couldn't think of two people more different. And they're both good at really, really different things. And they're both bad at really, really different things. Like, my mum is amazing at the day-to-day stuff. And it doesn't sound like much, but just making sure that there was always food on the table, making sure that all the clothes were always cleaned and that there was always money and that everything like that. 'Cause she raised us, like, for a large part by herself, and my dad wasn't at home a lot because he worked shifts. And, you know, we always knew that the day-to-day stuff would work. Whereas my dad, he doesn't do the day-to-day stuff very well. He procrastinates. He forgets about what to do and where to go and all that kind of stuff. But he's amazing in a crisis, and my mum is not amazing in a crisis at all. But there's been times when I've had injuries and things like that, and my mum will freak out and shout at me and just, like, argue. And then my dad, he'll tell me, he'll be like, where do you need to go? All right, where are you? I'll come get you straight to the hospital, you know, and he'll sort it out. But he lives on predominantly chocolate and coffee. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. I don't know how they met and stayed together and ended up having me and my brother for as long as they did. But, yeah, it's that combination. It's really weird. It's really bizarre. And it's hard. I kind of get an idea of your parents' personality but the difficult thing is that they don't speak any English at all. Like, well, coffee is. They
live in Paris. They live in actually Paris suburbs.
Yeah,
but
they seem like quite different personalities.
Oh yeah, for sure. My mom is like, I think it's a really Asian dynamic. Asian mums are the leaders of the family.
Yeah, your mum is revered.
They're very severe, and they're the one that dictates the rules. And the dads are usually like the nice. Well, it depends, but my dad was the nice one in the family. But the dynamic is usually the dad brings the money home, and the mom takes care of how to spend it.
Mm.
So she makes sure that we've got food on the table, and that we've got clothes to be dressed with, and that my dad has the clothes to be dressed with. My dad would have pocket money.
What? Yeah. From his own wage?
Yes. And he would complain about that all the time. That's funny. But she would be like, well, what do you need money for? I cook for you, I get all the food and everything. So what do you want? And it's true, like that's how they worked out. But they are originally from Cambodia. They were born and raised and lived most of their lives there. They moved to Paris suburbs when they were in their 30s. And they're originally, like, my grandparents are mainly Chinese. They might have some Cambodian or Vietnamese blood, but they're mainly Chinese. So yeah, I was born and raised in France until like I moved to London 6-7 years ago. But my parents are really different to each other and different to your
Your dad's more of a
parents.
joker.
Not really. He's always been very serious, but he is nicer than my mum. My mum is really serious.
Your mum doesn't say words to me. She just looks and waves at me
She
and
grunts.
says, ugh.
Yeah, she didn't say words to me either, apart from no.
I remember the first time I met your mum, I said to you, I don't know if she likes me or not. And then you said, that's fine. Sometimes I don't know whether she likes me or not.
Yeah, don't even start. It took me quite a while to understand that she actually loved me, so...
When did you realise that she loved you?
I think probably when I left home. So
And she was sad about it?
When I moved to the UK and I came back home from time to time, that's when she actually showed me real love. No, I mean, I might have realised when I was younger as well, because she used to joke around with her friends saying how I loved my dad more than her. So, feeling of jealousy in general is coming from a feeling of love, isn't it?
Okay.
So, although I don't think I realised, and I made all that maths when I was a young kid, but yeah, she used to joke about that quite a lot, and even recently she's still doing that kind of jokes. But I remember when I just moved to the UK and I came home, and every month I would give them money, and I would give both of them pocket money, obviously. My dad would be like trying to get it on the sly so that my mum doesn't find out, because otherwise she would take the money from him. Obviously he doesn't need it because she takes care of the food. So I would
What would he spend it on anyway?
Yeah, exactly. But he was like, well, I don't know if I want to go out and buy a baguette, like at least I would have the money to do it, or whatever.
That's funny.
So he wanted to have his, it's kind of freedom, isn't it? To be able to do whatever he wants without asking for it. So yeah, that's...
If I wanted to go buy a baguette.
Yeah. So every time I was giving him money, it would be on the slide. When I give my mum money, it would be like, quite openly and stuff, but...
In a red envelope?
Yeah. For my dad, I had to it was kind of like drug dealing, kind of thing. I had to pass the money under the table type thing. But yeah, now he's quite she's quite cool about it now. Now that they're a bit more chilled out about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where they're from, and I guess that's why I am that's a big part of why I am the way I am. My rudeness, my the way I'm perfectionist.
The day I met your mum, I was like, well, that explains everything. That explains the whole lot.
Well, listen.
She didn't even say goodbye to me. Not the last time, but I remember we left Paris. We'd been staying there maybe a good few days. Maybe it was Christmas. I don't even know. And she just she was in the back room counting money, and I was like, bye, and then
listen, you came on a very crucial moment. You don't fuck around with money, yeah? Don't have time to play social activities when you're dealing with money in our families. So.
Do you know what absolutely astonished me at your parents' house was the file room? English families don't have file rooms.
Yeah, but what you don't understand is that this is not my parents' paperwork.
No, it's the whole family.
It's my sister. Yeah, exactly.
Well.
That's where all my family's paperwork.
Your family has the equivalent of a small library. I don't know anyone. I've never known anyone that had a room in their house dedicated to paperwork.
Yeah, but that's because my
family.
sister. That's because my sister first is really organized, but also it's not only my parents used to have a shop, convenience shop, and you've got all the paperwork there.
Okay, but one of my brother's best friends growing up was a Chinese kid, and they had a games room dedicated so where all the kids could play and everything like that. And I always thought that was the coolest thing ever. They didn't have a file room.
How do you know?
Because I went everywhere in that house. We played hide and seek.
Maybe they did have it.
Down a secret passage. You hit a gong and
exactly.
a doorway opens up.
Anyway, so yeah, that's it. What else?
and to check your notes. Do you know what? This is the first time we've gone 40 minutes already. It's zipped by once you get talking. I think that's enough background. I think the whole point of it is just to let people know where we're coming from and where our opinions come from.
Yeah.
Real quick, I guess we should say a little bit about our work. So I work for a publishing company as well as doing all the martial arts. Like, I'd like to do martial arts full time, and that's kind of the dream. But it's sort of like by day I do this and by night I do this. It's that whole superhero dichotomy type thing. But with you, it's even more interesting because your industry is something that in the day to day that you couldn't care less about.
It's not true. I do care about it.
You wear eyeliner. That's it.
I work for a beauty company.
Yeah.
And I really like the beauty industry. It's a cool industry to be working with. Just because I don't use all the products we're selling.
You use one of them.
Yeah, it's good enough. No, I'm wearing perfume as well, so it's chill.
If anyone at work ever asks me what you do, like if a girl at work asks me what you do, and I tell them, they're like, their eyes bug out of their head, and they look so excited. Without exception, they're like, "Oh, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen or ever heard of." But you could care less.
Wow,
but you fill our cupboards with stuff.
Well, it's good gifts, okay?
When we moved house, I couldn't believe bags inside bags coming out of one tiny looking cupboard.
Hey, you're happy when I have gifts for your friends and for your mom and for your family, so don't you complain about my bags of products. Anyway, so yeah, I work for this big cosmetics company, and it's I like the contrast between making people beautiful and then smashing people up in the evening.
That sounds horrific.
That's me, and I guess that's also a good thing that I get access to foundation and all of this to cover up when I get bruises on my face or black eyes or whatever.
No, the worst is when you get finger bruises on your neck and on your arms, and then we go to a restaurant together and I start getting dirty looks as if I'm the one who did it.
I like it.
And you play it up.
That's quite fun.
You flinch as if it's me who did it in Tesco's, and it's not funny. It makes me panic. It makes me worry that someone's going to think it was me.
That's quite fun. Anyways.
Alright. Let's move on to some stuff that's going on with the world. We're going to cover... So each episode, we'll try and cover what's up with the world. Have that section. We'll look at different events going on right now, maybe how they impact us and how they might impact the things that we're interested in and offer our opinions. So the first one, we'll do a fight one, is McGregor losing. Conor McGregor losing to Nate Diaz in was it the second or third round? I think it was the third round, right? And we stayed up until 5 a.m. to watch this after being out all day at a competition of our own. A competition where you took gold and I took home diddly squat. It's okay, that's a good thing about jiu-jitsu. It teaches you how to lose with grace. With grace and with elegance.
And a big bowl of pasta.
And a big bowl of pasta afterwards. That's right.
But hey, so what was great about this fight was first Nate, who's one of our very inspirational hero.
Not because of what he says, because he's a very hard man to understand.
For me it's because of what he says. He's so
really?
fun. He's so gangster. I love this side of him. I like him a lot. But also because of his boxing style and his, very great grappling experience, I would say, or knowledge.
Yeah, he's a high-level jiu-jitsu black belt.
artist.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of fights that I like in MMA. That's the fights that get finished with a submission with BJJ. But yeah, it was a great fight overall, just because of the hype
That was one of the most hyped fights ever, and it was in terms of numbers, like pay-per-view numbers and
So has
everything.
it now been confirmed?
Yeah, it was like the biggest ever.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Some motherfuckers. But yeah.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers. That was an amazing post-fight speech. And the little thing came up at the bottom of the screen saying, "We're sorry for any swearing you might hear during the course of this." It's funny because we have a friend who is absolutely obsessed with Conor McGregor, and he was the whole time, the whole card. And I think we started watching it at about 12, and last fight was about 5, so it's like 5 hours plus all the time before saying how Conor McGregor was going to win and how it's going to be easy and it wasn't a challenge and it's going to be over in the first round, and it was 5 hours or so of trash talk about this. I think
that's what made it
even better. Watching him because I don't hate McGregor by any stretch, like
he's a great businessman.
He's a great businessman. Yeah, he's great self-promoter.
He's a great martial artist. He's a great businessman.
But he just got whooped, and sometimes you get whooped.
Well, that's great. I mean, that's good because it shows that no one is unbeatable.
Yeah, that's the only thing that bugs me, is that it's cool having these invincible heroes and everything like that, but it's unrealistic, and like a dose of reality I think is important. Like you have to have self-belief and you have to know that you can win, and that like on that day, I guess you have to know that you will win. But when people start talking about sporting heroes as if they're infallible and that they're not human, I think that's like just a bridge too far. I
don't think anyone said that he was inhuman or that he was...
Oh, yeah, I heard people saying all kinds of crazy things. He's an alien.
Dumb as people.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, so what was great about it was the style of it, the fact that Nate looked like he was in a bad position in the first and probably the second round as well, because his face got so smashed up.
He's bleeding all over Conor.
And from someone that doesn't really know the technique or know the sport, it's like, it's really impactful to see someone bleeding all over the face. And
yeah, you look like you're losing.
Exactly, you look like you're losing completely. But
that's just down to skin types.
It is, but not a lot of people know that, and also it's still very impressive to see a lot of blood going around.
Some people just swell up and bleed very easily, The longer you've been in the game as well, the more easily it happens, because you've got scar tissue and stuff on your face. So you get a little tap and then you just start kind of pissing blood everywhere. But then you get fighters like Anderson Silva who can take punches to the face for like 25 minutes and there won't be a mark on them.
That's interesting though. I wonder to what level judges take that into consideration.
They probably don't, unless you got severely battered in one round. But if you took a real beating in one round and you were bleeding everywhere, you would lose that round. It's because the fights are judged on a per round basis. So they won't get to the end of the fight and see the face and go, he lost, he's more beaten up, because they score a round and then they put that card to one side and they can't touch it again. No,
but I'm wondering whether, during the same round, when someone gets punched in the face and the punch doesn't look that much, and maybe it's just grazing it while they're like the glove grazes the face, but because they end up bleeding because they have like a certain skin type, then the judge would think, oh, it was a real shot and it was like a full on shot in itself. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it could easily be taken as, oh yeah, he's definitely got beaten up in this round because look at his face. So at the end of the round, the card would come up as, this guy clearly had the round because the other guy looked like a shit.
Like a what?
Like a piece of shit.
Like a piece of shit. You totally ran out of things to say.
Yeah.
You rambled, and then I was listening. I was like holding on. I was like, she's gonna lose it. She's gonna lose it.
I'm kind of bored with myself now, so it's like, oh, whatever.
That happens all the time.
Listen.
I remember in France when we were sitting around the table with your friends, and you started speaking and you didn't expect everyone to give you so much attention. Everyone stopped talking and looked straight at you and went dead silent and which is what you want, but typically not what you want. and you got to the end of your sentence and you were like, that's all I have to say.
What? Not everyone likes to be the center of attention, okay?
That's true.
Anyway, so that's Connor.
I think that's good. We'll stick to one today because we're running low on time. We want to keep this to an hour. And we've also got our YouTube channel of the week. So
week, it should be of the month for this one.
Yeah, for us, it's definitely of the last month or two. It's, what's her name?
Dr. Sandra Lee. Shout out to
Dr. Sandra Lee, aka Dr. Pimple Popper.
She's a great woman.
She is
a dermatologist. And
probably one of the most polite, friendly people you're likely to hear on a YouTube video. She's so good at keeping people at ease with her mannerisms and caring. And
we like you, Dr. Sandra Lee.
We like you, Sandra Lee. Yeah, we've listened to her so much that we feel like we know her. It's gonna, and we know. Basically, what she does, I think we should probably explain. If you haven't seen it, she is a dermatologist, and her videos are just popping cysts. And I know that sounds disgusting, and probably for it is disgusting, and we find it disgusting too. Sometimes it's almost too much for me to handle. But yeah, she.
It is really satisfying.
It is satisfying. Like when you pop your own spots, it's satisfying. When you pop your own spots, it's a satisfying thing. But when you're watching ones that look about the size of a golf ball, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And
so my favorite is pilar cyst, which is a cyst that you get on your head apparently. So
pilar cyst.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I know, but I just was clarifying.
No, you were correcting my pronunciation.
Because you said pyro.
No, I said pilar. Whatever. Anyway, pilar cyst. I said pilar. They look like a little bowl, a white bowl, and they're actually quite hard as well.
Yeah, they look solid.
But the beauty of it is that when they get when she pops them, they come out whole. It's like a little piece that just like flies out of the head. Sorry. A
little piece. It does look like it flew out of hell. Like sometimes it's disgusting.
But it flies out of the head. That's
like a pebble.
Yes, but a big pebble and a round one. A beautiful marble pebble.
You're talking about it with such love.
Oh, it's so cute.
Such love and reverence.
They are my favorite ones. How about you? What's your favorite one?
I like those ones too. I like the ones which aren't too messy. Because so from watching so many of them, we know loads. You've got pilar cysts, which are on the head. You got epidermoid, which are cysts on the body. You got blackheads. Pores of Weiner is another one.
Yes.
And then the thing she uses is a comedone extractor.
Yes.
It's like having a medical course. I feel like if we had the tools, I could do it myself, but probably couldn't. But sometimes they come out and...
wait, there's another one. Lipoma.
That might be my favourite, but they're really gross. So a lipoma...
Lipomas are disgusting. They look like a ball of fat.
Right. It is a ball of fat.
Is it?
Lipo is, I think...
Oh, yeah, liposuction, isn't it?
Liposuction, yeah, or lipids are fats. And I think if it's a lipoma, like an oma is usually cancerous. So it's a kind of skin cancer where the fat multiplies and...
Ew.
Yeah, so it's like a fat growth, basically. Mm. But they come out as one blob. But this blob looks like a solid jelly blob.
Yeah.
Like a little grain.
Fat, like a piece of butter that you took out of your...
Yeah. You're ruining butter.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. But like they're massive. They're always the biggest.
But so these ones with the pilar cysts, they're the best. And the blackheads. Oh, I like the blackheads as well.
Blackheads.
Yeah, you know.
But she breaks them up a lot.
No, the ones that come out like whole. She used that condom session tool that you're talking about.
Condom session?
Whatever is the name of the...
A condom session is like a really unsexy way to ask somebody to sleep with you.
Is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's not actually.
I thought it was a thing.
Hey, fancy a condom session?
Condom session. How was
Comedone extractor.
Yeah, comedone.
How did you go from comedone extractor to condom session?
Okay, comedone extractor It sounds the same. Comedone extractor.
Comedone.
When she
There's
uses
no M on
that,
this.
when she uses that, like with the blackheads, sometimes she gets them whole, and that's beautiful.
The blackheads are crazy because they leave a giant crater in the skin that they have to sometimes stitch up.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
They often
most
leave
of the
it,
time
though.
they leave it like that.
Yeah, and you just have a hole in you.
Yeah.
But it's usually like old people that have that.
Yeah, don't say that. That's gonna jinx us.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have these when we're old.
I've been touching my head quite a lot recently to make sure I didn't have any paralysis.
Yeah.
If I do, I'm definitely flying to meet Dr. Centrally for sure.
Yeah, we'll send her a message and be like, listen.
Or maybe I'll fly her to London to take care of my head.
just to take care of your head.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a In Bed with Erin Helene / Dr. Pimple Popper mashup.
For sure.
Collaboration.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's our hero.
She's our hero at the moment. She's our disgusting...
No, she's not disgusting.
Hero.
She's our skin hero.
Yeah. It's so funny because, like, the way that she talks about it is with such love as well. Like, she'll say, oh, it's so cool. Oh, I love it. Oh, that was a fun one.
You're good at imitating Dr. Centrally.
She says it was a fun one. But,
so guys, like, you have to go on YouTube and find
yeah, go on YouTube, watch it, follow her, like it, everything like that.
She's on Instagram as well, so maybe that's the
Instagram.
best way to get introduced to it.
And we're not endorsing her officially in any way. We haven't been paid to do this. I don't think that she gets paid, by the way, for her videos. Because...
there's no ads.
There's no ads.
Yeah.
And I think you only get paid on YouTube if there's ads. And I think it's probably something to do with the fact that she's a doctor.
Yeah.
Because you can't make profit off of her surgical procedures.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. But she's been on TV.
Yeah.
Her and her husband, they're both pimple poppers.
Oh, husband as well?
Her husband. I think that's the Dr. Rebin or Rebish.
No.
I think that's him. Yeah, they love it. Yeah, that's our YouTube channel of the week. Check it out. You will either absolutely love it or be disgusted and think we're freaks. Either way. Just have a look. Another one of our sections is going to be called I Can't Believe That Shit. That's a sentence that comes out of Helene's mouth a lot. And it could be to do with anything. It could be to do with the fact that I didn't put something away that I should have, or the fact that war was declared in another country. But this week it was I watched a documentary on Netflix, which I've been doing a lot on my lunch break at work. I have like a good 40 minutes or so where I can sit down and watch a piece of something. So I'll watch one documentary in several chunks. But this one is called Trophy Kids, and it made me so angry to watch it, and I felt so bad for the kids.
I still have to watch it. But...
Yeah, no, I'll get you to take a look. Basically, the concept is horrible parents forcing their kids to do...
Don't be judgmental.
They're awful. I'm telling you, they're awful. So there's this one dad, right, who his daughter, he is a golf whiz, and I think because from day one he got her into golf because he wanted her to succeed at it and make money and everything. I think it's
why is he not himself?
Well, he's too old.
How old is he?
He's like that age.
What is that? I mean, it's never too old to be a
golfer.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a sport like any other. You can be past your prime for golf.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But his daughter is so cute. She's so sweet. She's just like a little kid, like 9-10 years old. She just wants to play and have fun. And he drags her every day to go and play golf. And she's fucking amazing at it as well. Like, better than any kid you know. Like, when I was that age, I was probably eating mud and playing with bugs and making magic potions in the garden out of leaves. Like, I wasn't even close to her level of proficiency at anything. I don't even think I could wipe my ass with competence. But this girl is playing like a young female Tiger Woods. It's insane to watch.
So is she actually professional? Like, how does that work? Is she actually...
No, like, they're playing all these little leagues against other kids where these Japanese kids just fuck them up.
No way.
Yeah, and they're watching the Japanese kids play, and the Japanese kids winning, and then the daughter is like way away. She can't hear what her dad is saying, and he doesn't think that the audience can hear what he's saying, because he's forgotten that he's mic'd up, because they're not interviewing him officially. He's just talking to another one of the dads, and he goes, "That's why those Japanese kids win, because you know they whoop their kids' ass."
Wow.
And he goes, "If I could whoop her ass, she'd be better."
What?
Yeah, and he says to her another time in it, she's like kind of being sassy back, but not really. She's just sort of like talking back to him a little bit. He's like, "You talk to me like that again, I'll smack you in the mouth."
Wow.
But she's so small, and like she's not being rude. She doesn't deserve that treatment, you know. She's fucking up a shot later on. She got like, it's probably like an amazing shot, right? I don't know anything about golf, but she hit the shot and it wasn't quite what he wanted. And he's under his breath going, "Stupid bitch. Stupid,
wow.
fuck's sake, bitch." And I'm like, you can't talk about your 9-year-old
this guy
kid.
deserves to die.
Yeah. I said I wanted to punch him in the face twice. Like, not just the one time, 2. Just to make sure.
Wow. I'll punch him in the balls.
Yeah, that's true.
So he doesn't...
We could do it like a double punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awful. And there was a crazy religious mum with her 2 twins making them do tennis, and then it was a close call between tennis dad and this American football dad, because this
tennis
guy...
or golf?
Golf dad and American football dad, because the American football dad made his son cry over and over and over and over and over again, and his son is like, you know, a teenager.
How old?
I don't remember how old he was, but you know, mid-teens kind of thing. And you could tell
made him cry.
He didn't give a shit about football, but
was he even good at it?
He kind of was and kind of didn't care. So he never really tried very hard, and his dad's always just saying, "You're stupid, you're useless, da 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 da.
Oh wow.
I'm the fucking man of the house. I decide when we talk about things. You know, you're fucking nothing. You're a child." Like, really running him down, like,
wow.
brutally.
Talk about building a safe environment.
Yeah, for your kids.
And building self-confidence and all that.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it freaked me out, man. It was a crazy documentary to watch, but it's really, really good. It was really, really well put together.
Are they like filming it to show, like, did the journalist put it as, look at these crazy parents, or was it more like, oh, this is what it takes to become good in a sport? Like, how did they...
I never thought of it like that. I thought it was just look at these crazy parents. That's what most TV shows and documentaries are. It's crazy people in, and then you have a place name.
It's funny though that parents would agree to do this kind of, you know.
But the unifying factor with all these parents is that they thought that they were fucking amazing parents.
Yeah.
And you watch it and you're like, you're disgusting and should have your kids taken away from you.
Yeah.
But they really believed that they were amazing and what they were doing was for the kids' greater good, which was complete bullshit. All these parents were like, failed at the thing that they tried to do, so they're trying to live through their kids.
Yeah, it's usually what happens.
One of the dads was saying something like, the trick is to get your kid to buy into your dream, and when they buy into your dream, then you're in.
What?
Yeah.
Which dad was that?
I don't know, one of them. Like you gotta watch it. It's insane. But yeah,
so fucked up, man.
And the thing is though, like, we love kind of sporting achievements in our field, and we can appreciate the amount of work it takes to win a gold medal or to win a championship or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be really sad if our kids didn't want to do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What if they wanted to do ballet as much as they wanted to do
that was
jiu-jitsu?
fine. Like, if they didn't want to be active, that's the
What
thing,
if they were
sorry.
really into juggling?
And that's fine. If they really wanted to just spend their lives on the couch and eating chips, then that would be worried. I would be really sad about that.
That would be a failure in parenting from way early, though.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I think that if you nurture a kid right, this is me talking shit as if I'm a parent, but like, if you nurture a kid right from day one, that they're going to be more inclined to do
physical activities, and they'll be more. Yeah, I hope so.
Like, these kids were good because they were forced to be good. It was funny because, like, the basketball kids, there were 2 of them, and they were both like white American kids, and they were about 5'8", 5'9". They weren't tall, you know, and they were very, very, very good. You know, like, they could do some amazing stuff on the court, and they were really fast and things like that. And they put them in there, like, against the top team, and it was all these like 6'5", 6'6" black kids who are just way more athletically gifted. They look like they were chilling, taking it easy, and they smashed these fucking kids, these trophy kids. They got destroyed by this team. By this team of guys who were just athletically gifted, naturally able to do it, like did it for fun, for the love of it. Like you could see that they were having fun playing, whereas these boys, they just look stressed the whole time. They look terrified of what their dad's going to say. One of their dads got banned from all their games. He was such a psychopath.
Yeah.
But I guess I'd be sad if the kid didn't want to do it at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's I don't know. I
Do
guess
you know
when you look at the Gracie families, you know, they were like, I can't remember who it was that was being interviewed and what that was saying that, you know, when you come from the Gracie family, you're born doing it. Like you know, you do it from a very young age.
Birth, and they see it as a game.
Exactly, and they're like, you've got to,
no
like, you don't have
life.
to be a champion. You don't have to compete, and you don't have to do that. But at least you have to know how to do it, and you have to know how to teach it and this kind of thing. And I don't know if any of them resent it, but I feel like it's a really good knowledge to build on when you're a kid.
It teaches you a lot. It, like I said earlier, it teaches you how to lose with grace. That's one of the...
Not always, but...
Yeah, not always, but... always. I think always, because you could be a big fish in the gym for a while, but you'll get a visitor come in who will be better than you, and your coach 9 times out of 10 is going to be better than you.
That's if your coach lets people from outside come and visit you, isn't it?
But it could be from outside, from another gym. It's like a Gracie to Gracie gym, or a checkmat to checkmat gym, or something like that. You know?
Yeah.
There'll always be someone that can smash you.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
I think that could be a good closing thought for the day.
Yeah.
Is that no matter how good you get, no matter how hard you try,
there's always a bigger
fish. There's always somebody that's gonna smash you.
Yeah.
It's good. I think we've done over an hour. Yeah, we're just over an hour now.
We'll need to cut a bit off. Like, pause it down then.
Well, I just wanted to finish off saying, you know, thanks for listening. We'll have another one.
Fuck off, guys.
Fuck off, guys. That's it.
We're done. See ya.
No, but so like I said, email us at ibahpod@gmail.com. That's ibahpod@gmail.com, and find us on Facebook, In Bed with Aaron and Helene.
Hope you liked it, guys. Now fuck off.